Jack, first of all, congratulations on your new role. You're now first team coach. How pleased are you to be moving over to the first team setup from the academy?
Yeah, it's a really exciting moment, to be honest, because I'm quite new to coaching, still got a lot to learn. Had a really good year with the 21s. We had quite a successful group, got a lot of very good players, some making debuts, and worked really closely with Andy Farrell, Tony Phillips-Kirk, Matt Walsh. So had a really good year, really enjoyed it, and season finished, and I think there might be some changes to the sort of first team staff setup. And the manager rang me and said, would I be interested in helping out and being around the first team next season. So it was obviously an opportunity that I couldn't turn down. It's an amazing chance to get so early in my coaching journey. So yeah, and I really appreciate it for the chance. Yeah.
Just before we touch on your new role, obviously you mentioned there last year you were with the academy. How do you sort of find that season? Involved with the 21s and the coaches and the staff in there.
Yeah, like I said a second ago, it was my first season coaching full time. So for me, it was a bit different to what I was used to. A bit of a shock. The amount of the more work you have to put in, the earlier starts, later finishes. But I gave it as much as I could throughout the year. Really enjoyed it. It helped that I was working with some really good young players, some really experienced staff that could help me in my first year. Because in sort of that under 21s group, you can make mistakes as a coach and learn certain things, and there's no real huge repercussions results wise, because it doesn't really matter. It was more the priority is the player development. So to be able to be in that environment, help sort of young players learn, help myself learn coaching wise, and yeah, it was just great. I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but I loved every minute of it.
And the academy had a really successful season, sort of on and off the pitch. The 18s obviously won the league, and the 21s, like I say, had a really good season, and then obviously the category one to sort of cap it all off. So I imagine for your first season involved in it, it must have been quite a nice environment.
Yeah, it's a really good sort of setup to be a part of. And for me, like recommending to any ex-players that are finishing the game, it was for me to go into that environment, especially at Burnley, a club that I'm used to. I know a lot of the people. It was just really good. So to be part of that sort of successful season where the 18s won the league, we got to like we got to two semi-finals, one final, and beat some good teams in the Premier League Cup. We played against Chelsea and Brighton and teams like that, to show we're now ready for that step up from Category 2 to Category 1. So yeah, it did really help that the team was successful, and it was enjoyable. Yeah.
And now obviously with the first team, you're no stranger to the Premier League. Over 300 games, you sort of know what it takes to be successful and to be consecutive in the Premier League. But are you sort of just aiming now to bring your knowledge, your experience from what you've played into the group to some of the boys that haven't been around it?
Yes, it is a big step up, and I think you can see that from the last few seasons. Newly promoted teams that have come up and gone straight back down. So it is a difficult step up, and hopefully I can bring some experience in what it takes to stay in the league. I've had probably 11 seasons in the Premier League, and some real tough relegation battles been a part of. Some real successful seasons I've been a part of, and I know the manager himself has also got that experience. So it'd be good to how he feels about seasons, and how football work in the Premier League, and how I feel, and what can help in the team for the season.
And everyone sort of speaks so highly of Scott Park, and you mentioned him a few times there, but how much you relish in sort of working alongside him really close, a day in, day out, and out the pitches as well.
Yeah, I think he's got that real good mix between tactical knowledge and sort of man management that everyone talks about. He's really good with. So for me, he's been great with me on my start of my coaching journey as well. I mean, I go in the meetings. I've been going in the meetings every morning at 9:30. He gives me like a detailed list of what players he wants to come up with the first team, how it's going to work with the under 21s, what part of the session they'll play in, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to working with him. He's obviously got that huge playing career that he's had. He's played some great teams, big teams, and been a really successful manager so far. So hopefully we can start the season well.
And just finally, what will your sort of role entail? How will your role look, day in, day out next season? What will it look like for you?
Yeah, so I'll be working closely with midfielders. I'll be doing the individual programs, going through clips, analysis from midfielders. I'll sort of still be keeping my role as a close link with the 21s, because that's something I think we've got a really good under 21s academy set up, and hopefully we can keep pushing towards that. So hopefully having me as a link between that will still be there, and really just sort of being in meetings, having my input, and being someone to bounce off and opinions really for the manager. So I'm really looking forward to it.